Welcome back, everyone. So, talking about Amberlynn Reid again. If you haven't seen these, some voice notes, voice messages were released, and they're from Amberlynn Reid to Becky's mom, Norma. Becky is Amberlynn Reid's girlfriend. I'm sure most of you know that, but just in case you don't, that's Amberlynn Reid's girlfriend, Becky, and Becky's mother is named Norma. Now, these voice messages come from back in 2019, around the time of the GoFundMe. If you remember that, on Amberlynn Reid's channel, Becky's mom had cancer. So, of course, Amberlynn Reid has to make it about herself and starts a GoFundMe. And in the video, she promises to use both all of the money from the GoFundMe and all of the money that she potentially would make off of ads from the YouTube video. She said that all of those were going to go to Becky's mom. Obviously, they didn't. And it was kind of disappointing because you see a lot of people did actually donate to the GoFundMe. Even if you hate Amberlynn Reid, it kind of goes to show that there's still a lot of goodwill out there, even for someone like Amberlynn Reid. And of course, what you're going to do is just take advantage of everyone's, goodwill, benefit of the doubt. So that's great, Amber. So I'm just going to let these play fully for you guys, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit about it.
Here, I'm going to release this. Let me see if I can get it to work, because I really am not computer smart.
I'm tired of not being appreciated when I try to help you the best that I can. And it's just frustrating. This whole situation is super frustrating.
Talking to Becky's mom,
and I
right after she had her surgery. I'm going to put it out there how Amberlynn really treated Becky's mom. Don't let her fool everyone, please. Let me see.
I am not trying to argue with you. That is the last thing I want to do since you just got out of surgery. I don't want to cause any more stress onto you, onto Becky, onto anyone in your family, onto myself, because that's just not going to fix anything. I am just tired of the added drama onto my YouTube, and I'm tired of not being appreciated when I try to help you the best that I can. And it's just frustrating. This whole situation is super frustrating. And I finally just kind of wanted to speak upon the situation.
So she wanted to speak on a situation that became about her when Norma had just got out of surgery. I will release more soon.
A lot of your comments when we were Facebook friends. I have left comments on your Facebook regarding your cancer. I have asked how you're doing. I have been there in that sense. And, we don't have to really go down the line of, oh, you didn't message me, because I can say the same about you, where not once have you thanked me personally for the money I was going to give you, for the video I made, for the backlash I'm getting for sticking up for you. Not once did you say sorry for any of the things that you have brought to my channel that is in a negative light.
Furthermore, everybody knows where you all live. You all the ones saying you was being stalked. Everybody and their brother knows where you live. Hannah and Rafe is the one let that out. And they had treated Becky like shit. Screwed her over. And what did you do? You wanted them back. It's all your fault. So don't be sending me messages telling me to please stop commenting. I'm done commenting. But you could have at least picked up the phone. You could have called me, and we could have talked about this. You have not once called me and said, Norma, I am so sorry that you have cancer. I am so sorry that you had to go through this. Not once have you ever said that to me. Not once. For one thing, I'll do whatever I please. And the next thing, I never threw Becky out. Becky should have never got on the internet, on social media, telling everybody in the world that I threw her out. She had a choice. That was my house, mine and Buddy's. We paid the bills. She lived there. And I told her it was my rule.
So in addition to those voice notes, voice messages, whatever you want to call them, there was also a text message that was released, and it was sent from Becky, who again is Amberlynn Reid's girlfriend, to the same person who leaked the voice messages. And it is pretty much just Becky threatening her. You know, she says, I got eyes in places that you don't know. And it's like, okay, Becky, yeah. And now you don't really want to be threatened by anyone. You know, I feel like it's probably not that fun, no matter who it's coming from, even if it's coming from Becky and Amberlynn. But seriously, you know, it's like, what are Amberlynn Reid and Becky really going to do to you? Okay, they can barely even leave their houses. So it's like, well, they're their house. They can't really leave it, you know. Again, they're the type of people who have to go like sideways through doors and stuff like that. You know, we're talking about two morbidly obese people. So I really wonder what they could physically actually do to you. You know, again, they don't really have the ability to leave their house too often. And, you know, I think you'd be pretty much 100% safe if you just like avoided all of the Burger Kings and all of the McDonald's within like a 50-mile radius. I think you'd be okay. You know, now if you're someone who frequents Burger King and, you know, you might run into them there, but I feel like if you just stay away from all the fast food restaurants and all the candy aisles and the nearest grocery stores, you'll probably be okay. Because again, we're talking about people who don't really have too much physical ability just when it comes to walking. I think Amberlynn Reid could get about like 30 good steps in before she's winded. So, you know, I just don't know how afraid you should be of that. But, you know, whatever. You don't want to be threatened by anyone, really. So, okay, now we've all seen or, heard the voice notes, and we've read that text message where there's a threat, you know, whoever it is, they got the morbidly obese hit squad coming after them. You know, again, I wouldn't feel too threatened because, again, they're morbidly obese. What are they really going to do? But, okay, I've been seeing a lot of videos about this, and they're like, Amberlynn Reid exposed, you know, truth comes out. It's like, well, you know, okay, it's Amberlynn Reid. I really don't know what you expected. You know, even if you didn't have confirmation that she was just really just going to take the money, it's like, well, you probably should have expected that in the first place. This is kind of just the stuff that she kind of does on a day-to-day basis, all within the normal range of her behavior. And to be quite honest, I think this is pretty much the reason, this kind of stuff is pretty much just the reason why we all watch Amberlynn Reid. You know, this time it kind of just sucks because people actually gave money, you know, just out of good faith and goodwill. Even if you don't like Amberlynn Reid, you know, again, it was like just out of the goodness of people's heart, they gave some money. And of course, I guess at the end of the day, we all probably should have known that she was just going to take the money and do whatever she felt like with it, you know, go on a Burger King shopping spree or something. You know, it's kind of like a dog. I have a dog, and when I leave food out on the table, you know, he's going to try to eat it. It's like, okay, he's a dog, you know, and I'm gonna yell at him for it, and then, you know, he's gonna look guilty for about 30 seconds. But then, you know, the next time I leave food on the table, he's just gonna do it again because, you know, he's a dog. And just like my dog, Amberlynn Reid, when you give her money, she's probably just gonna keep it, even if, you know, if she promises not to. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's kind of our own faults, but whatever. You know, again, this is just really the stuff I watch Amberlynn Reid for. And, you know, I think all of us, when we watch Amberlynn Reid, or most of us, when we do, it's hard not to feel a little bit better about your own life. And I think that's really what kind of brings us back, because it's really a spectacle watching Amberlynn Reid's life. You know, it's like My 600-pound life episode that just never ends. It goes on for a really, 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 really long time. And it's probably not going to end again until she dies of what will, inevitably be an obesity-related death, or maybe diabetes or something like that. Of course, barring like cancer, which again could be caused by her weight, but it could also not be. Or, maybe she gets hit by a bus, but I think you really need a pretty big bus to run over Amberlynn. Maybe like a train. Maybe like a train would be a better shot at killing Amberlynn Reid. But, I digress. Okay, so again, we really shouldn't have been surprised. It's kind of like if you ever expect Amberlynn Reid to lose weight, so she's never going to. I don't really think she even wants to. Because if she did lose weight and, become a better person, it's like, okay, well, you got like 180,000 subscribers. You're getting like 100,000 views per video. And, if Amberlynn Reid turned it all around, it's like, how many people are really going to stay around? Because, they're just huge Amberlynn Reid fans and they're really rooting for her, I don't know. Probably not that many. I feel like there'd probably be like maybe 25% of people who want her now left if she turned her life around, If that happened, I could just go watch Foodie Beauty or someone else, or Nikado Avocado, to get my fill of, just awful people living a terrible life. So, at the end of the day, again, not surprising whatsoever. It's just the saga continues. The My 600-Pound Life, starring Amberlynn Reid episode just keeps going on and on and on, and the classic cycle of, she loses a little bit of weight, does something stupid for attention like this, gains some weight, does something stupid for attention, loses a little bit more weight, gains it all back again, and then, the cycle just continues and continues again until she probably dies of what will inevitably be, again, an obesity-caused death. So, I really don't know what else to say. It's like, again, it does suck that people donated to this. But now we know never to do that again. So it's okay. Lesson learned. So I look forward to more Amberlynn Reid content of her just pigging out on some Burger King or something. Really does make you feel better about yourself.